Sense of all sorts of shortcomings, objections or material wants whatsoever. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nayastiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, and Text 55. Adharmaha cha samedeta adharmascha samedeta lolupair vyankushair nubihi lolupair vyankushair nubihi shayane tvayi lokaha ayam shayane tvayi lokoyam dasyugrastaha vinangshati dasyugrasto vinangshati adharmascha samedeta lolupair venkushair nubihi shayane tvayi lokoyam dasyugrasto vinangshati adharmascha samedeta lolupair venkushair nubihi shayane tvayi lokoyam dasyugrasto vinangshati.
Adharmasya samedeta
lolupair venkushair nubihi
shayane tvayi lokoyam
dasyugrasto vinakshati. Adharmaha unrighteousness cha an samedeta would flourish lolupaihi simply hankering after money venkushaihi uncontrolled nubihi by men shayane tvayi when you lie down for rest lokaha world ayam this dasyu by the miscreants grastaha attack vinangshati it will perish. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Prabhupada. Translation: if you gave up all thought of the world situation, unrighteousness would flourish. For men who anchor only after money would be unopposed. Such miscreants would attack and the world would perish. Please repeat. If you gave up all thought of the world situation, unrighteousness would flourish. For men who hanker only after money would be unopposed. Such miscreants would attack and the world would perish. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Because the scientific division of 4 varnas and 4 ashramas is now being extinguished, the entire world is being governed by unwanted men who have no training in religion, politics or social order, and it is in a very deplorable condition. In the institution of the 4 varnas and 4 ashramas, there are regular training principles for the different classes of men. Just as in the modern age there is a necessity for engineers, medical practitioners and electricians, and they are properly trained in different scientific institutions. Similarly, in former times, the higher social orders, namely the intelligence class, the Brahmanas, the ruling class, the Kshatriyas and the mercantile class, the Vaishyas were properly trained. Bhagavad Gita describes the duties of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. When there is no such training, one simply claims that because he is born in a Brahmana or Kshatriya family, he is therefore a Brahmana or a Kshatriya, even though he performs the duties of a Shudra. Such undue claims to being a higher class man make the system of scientific social orders into a caste system, completely degrading the original system. Thus, society is now in chaos and there is neither peace nor prosperity. It is clearly stated herein that unless there is the vigilance of a strong king, impious, unqualified men will claim a certain status in society, and that will make the social order perish. Rasansta Bhaktivedanta Purpoto Majnanatimirandhasya Ananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamy Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Shesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauravakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is Kardama Muni's words to Swayambhu Manu. He is mentioning that if you gave up the thought of the world situation, that means if the king has forgotten about the world's welfare, adharmasya samedeta, then unrighteousness would flourish. Adharma will flourish. Then people who hanker only after money would be unopposed. So the greedy, rude people who are just behind money, they will be unopposed. Dasyugrasto vinangshati, and such miscreants would attack and the social order will perish. Actually, an apt situation. Prabhupada's purport explains what will happen if there is no varnashrama in place and people simply run behind money, how they take over the governance and the social system. So, the responsibility of the king is to ensure that there is varnashrama in place. Then only there is a society with mutual respect. Everybody is focused on their responsibilities, their duties, and ultimately the focus comes on to a higher purpose, and that is developing our consciousness to a finer level of able to see Krishna everywhere. We want to reach to that level. Currently, our consciousness is absorbed in senses, sense gratification, bodies, and like that. But we want to reach to a position where we can perceive Krishna, Krishna's presence wherever we see, and then render service to him. This is our goal. We have a very phenomenal goal to achieve, and for that we should not have too many botherations in our day-to-day life, because we want to focus on something finer and higher. So we don't want to have day-to-day botherations. So a society should have less botherations in its operation, on a day-to-day basis. So such a society we can experience within the devotee community. If at all somebody wants to see an example of a varnashrama, that is, to look at our community. It is called Daivi Varnashrama. It's not a Vedic Varnashrama because not possible. For example, Vedic Brahmacharya begins at 5 and ends at 25. But whereas Daivi Varnashrama, where we are practicing Brahmanical, Brahmachari, Brahmanical principles, so although the devotee may join at any point, but still he can get trained up. So, important point is these day-to-day botherations have to be streamlined. There should be a systematic, disciplined society. The interaction should be finished quickly, simply, so that there is an ample time to practice this Krishna consciousness. The current problem with the society is the social structure is not simplified. There is so much of botheration on a day-to-day basis. And not only that, nobody has any time. You ask anybody to come to the temple or participate in the festival, once in a while the festivals come. Even then they'll say, no, there is no. Swamiji, if possible, I'll come. I want to come, but I don't know. I am waiting for some call, I am waiting for some deal, I am waiting for something, and not sure. This is the reality of this world. The society has become so complex. Just to earn our maintenance and livelihood, people have to work so hard. The structure has become complicated. The social structure, because it is man-created, it has become complicated. And what is this man-created system? This is called caste system. In our country, it is called caste system. In America and all those places, called racism. In some other place, it may be called as something else. But this system, a perverted social system, is existing in every country. It is not that the caste system is problem only in India. It is a problem everywhere. The social system has degraded and became a perverted, exploitative system. The exploitation can happen in any form. You may say Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they are exploiting each other. But if you go to some other country, say go to communist country, there are managers and there are laborers. So the managers will exploit laborers. You may deny varnashrama, but you cannot live with it. Without divisions of labor, this no society, no organization can live with it. It is like sun. The sun is there now in India. After some time, it will go to some other country. Constantly it is traveling. So sun is same everywhere. And then it is creation of God. So sun cannot be extinguished, but it can be covered. There could be some place where it could be cloudy now, so they may not be able to see the sun clearly. Similarly, varnashrama is like a sun created by God. It exists everywhere. It has to exist everywhere. It is part of material nature. It is existing in the nature of this world that there is a division of societies, there is a division of labor, and there has to be such divisions naturally. You go to any society. I saw one video of how a group of foxes, they are traveling from one place to another place. And the commentator was explaining, it's a long queue of foxes are traveling from one place to another. Interestingly, there is a leader. There is a leader, and then there are some foxes who are traveling next to the group. Looks like they are the protector, Kshatriya category. And like that, and then females and males, and there is a system by which they travel. If there is a predator, some lion or somebody attacks, and then they have their own system of protecting their community. Everywhere it exists. In ant society, you see how systematic they are. You analyze, you just watch their movements, you will see they have a system. There is a division of labor. Honeybees, they call it as queen bee, that remains in the in that honeycomb, and there are many worker bees. They keep getting that honey. So like that, every society will have division. And the society can flourish when the day-to-day botherations are not much. They can focus on a common goal. That common goal for a human being is development of our Krishna consciousness. So, but how this varnashrama remains intact like that? In India, varnashrama used to be there, but current system is not representative of that original varnashrama system. It is not represented. In other society, it is degraded even more. In America and many of the European countries, racism is a big issue. What is racism? If you are black, then you are considered less. If you are looking white and fair, or local whites, they are considered superior. So based on body or based on birth, superiority or inferiority is assigned. This is the problem. Varnashrama is not about birthright. It is not about body. It is about the qualities. Guna karma vibhagasaha. See, Krishna's scientific division is based on guna karma. Guna, the qualities of a person, and karma is capacity, is karma is destiny, opportunities. Destiny means opportunities. Guna means is ability, is inclinations. See, very scientific. Based on inclination and based on his abilities and the opportunities available, he can be trained to become one of these categories. Varnashrama, nobody is barred from becoming a Brahmana, nobody is barred from becoming a Kshatriya, or a Vaishya, or a Shudra. Anybody can occupy any of these positions. But actually, in the older days, generally the system was If somebody is born in a Brahmana family, he automatically has opportunity to become Brahmana. Obviously, no, father is doing deity worship, he is chanting mantras, he is doing some things connected to the Supreme Lord, so that the child also will get exposed to the same system. The child will also learn all these things. It is also progressing. One day says, yes, I want to be in this. So, it is apparently appears that it is all by birthright. No. Opportunities are available. But if somebody else has such an inclination, then to become a Brahmana, he is allowed. Anybody can become. Many people in this world, they criticize, oh, it's all Brahminical superiority and all those things. Why? You can also come. We'll make you Brahmana. Give up these 4 sinful activities and chant Hare Krishna. Your Brahmana will give you. In 2 years, Brahmana Diksha will give you. You start. Why complain? If you feel Brahmana is a superior person, why don't you become superior? You have that chance. Don't think birth is a restriction. Birth is not a restriction. That is providential by destiny. One is born into a family, but if you have an inclination to become, develop good qualities, why not? That opportunity is there. Come, you can also become. So this understanding degraded in the society, and slowly it has become like, okay, if he is born in a certain family, then he is that. But actually, his qualities or whatever, it's all very low class. If somebody says, I am born in a Brahmana family, but is drinking and smoking and eating all kinds of abominable stuff, and he says, no, you should respect me as a Brahmana. And there is one more category of person. Somebody say, lower level, lower class, but then he is also doing the same thing. He is also drinking, he is also eating, he is also doing all kinds of nonsense. Then he will think, why should I respect this guy? I have some diseases. He also has same diseases. So why should I respect? Obviously, no, it is correct. Why should he respect? Bhagavad Gita is not saying that. The original culture is Brahmana should exhibit his qualities. Shamo, Dhamo, Titiksha, Arjava. There are 12 qualities. Bhagavad Gita explains 8 qualities. Those qualities should be visible in a person. Then only he is Brahmana. Simply rubber stamping, stamped allo, tuck, is a Brahmana, then he will not become Brahmana. What is there in stamp? Any number can come, we can stamp Brahman. But that will not make him a Brahmana or a Kshatriya. You have to have that inclination, a desire to become like that. So, Prabhupada is particularly referring to the current governance. Many politicians, they enter into this governance of a state, sometimes a country. Those elections are coming up now. The many politicians are ambitious. Yes, we want to become ministers, we want to become chief ministers, or even prime minister. Ambitious candidates are there. So everybody is campaigning and they're following a certain process. But Prabhupada is saying, none of them are trained up in 3 things he is saying. Religious, politics, or social order. There is no training, they have no idea. What is religion, what is politics, and what is social order. That means how the society is divided or should be divided, on what basis, they have no idea. They make comments on Sanatana Dharma, they make comments on some religions, they make comments on many other things without knowing 1 iota, 1 inch of what it is. This is the problem. The people are ruled by ignorant people, and what is their ambition? Here it is mentioned here, their ambition is simply to lolupire Vyankushai, uncontrolled desire for accumulating money. That's all. Since they are not trained up to be A proper Kshatriya, who is a Kshatriya, that has been explained in Bhagavad Gita. They don't have any such qualities of a Kshatriya, and their interest is simply to accumulate money. Then Prabhupada is saying, then vinamshati, then the social order, the whole society will vinamshati, gets destroyed. When that fellow, his only idea is money, 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 and particularly for himself, how he can accumulate. The people may be suffering or undergoing a lot of turmoil and troubles and tribulations, he has no concern. And the people are drinking and all those things, so many things they are drinking and eating, he says no, that's his personal choice. For your drinking you pay us big tax and we are happy, and you can drink as much as you want, don't worry. We'll ensure door delivery, bottle will come to your door, but you have to pay me the tax that I need, that's all. He is interested in that money. He is not saying, Arey, by drinking, this person will go to hell. And then the whole society will be degraded. And then it will all lead to again so much work for him only, if at all he remains in power for some more time. Nobody remains. So everybody is interested in how he can achieve his own goals. Where is the social order? Look at Swayambhu Manu, look at Yudhishthira Maharaj, look at these kings. Nadaya Badayo Vyada. Yudhishthira Maharaj's time, the people are free from diseases. No Bhada, no Vyadi. Can you believe this? All looks very idealistic, but actually that was made possible. So, that is because they are properly trained kings and Kshatriyas. They were trained in what? They are trained in both the Varna side and Ashrama side. On the spiritual side, cultural aspects are taught, and also as a Kshatriya, his skills are taught. For example, a Kshatriya, he will never blink to fight with the enemies, and if somebody comes to attack the citizens, the Kshatriya will be in the front to ensure that the citizens are not harmed. The big wars have happened just to protect some cows, not even citizens. Sometimes they come to steal the cows. Kshatriya will not allow. When Parikshit Maharaj saw that one black man is trying to beat cow, immediately he took his sword and wanted to kill him. Not even killing, he is beating on the legs of the cow. Now, the chief minister comes and inaugurates a slaughterhouse which can kill 10,000 cows per hour. Now tell me, what training he has got, and what kind of a governance such people can do. They don't have any idea about what is religion, what are these laws which are controlling the world, and what is my duty. They have no such idea. So, Varnashrama society or any society can survive only if there is a proper training system in place. If the various parts of the society are not trained up, then that society degrades. We may have greatest ideals, philosophically they are all there, but then unless and until such culture permeates into the society and by training it is continued, then only the organization can survive. This culture is so important. Like once Prabhupada, he came to one place, actually one of the Prabhupada's disciples is explaining this memory. And that day, next day is Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja day. So Prabhupada personally comes to the temple to receive the Vyasa Puja. So they are all excited. all the devotees, and many devotees come from various other cities, and the day comes, the next day, so Prabhupada comes to the event place to receive the Vyasa Puja. He sees that there are no arrangements made, because all the devotees are excited, but they really don't know what to do on a Vyasa Puja day. That is all beginning years. And flowers are not there, so many things are not there. So Prabhupada was very upset. There are so many senior devotees are there, why you could not make arrangements? And then everybody was completely, devastated. That on Vyasa Puja day, we wanted to please our spiritual master, but today what's happening is he is actually very upset on Vyasa Puja day. So then Prabhupada gives one more chance. He says, okay, tomorrow we will have this. And then he gives the instructions what to do. So by next day they make all the proper arrangements this time. And when they come to offer flowers to Prabhupada, Prabhupada says, no, first the seniors should come first. In fact, Vyasa Puja Arati, some devotee comes to do, Prabhupada says, no. Where is the senior sannyasi here? What is he doing? He should come. So then immediately they all call, I think Kitananda Maharaj was there probably, and they call him and then he does that. And then he says, first all the senior devotees should come and offer, and then in the Matajis, the senior-most Mataji should come and offer. Like that he has, he is training culture. This is called culture. By reading hundreds of books, you will not understand this. Culture means, in practice you will see. It is there in the books, but we don't know. Culture. Haribol is our culture. So, that training is very important. If the training is missing, then devotees will not be able to survive the forces of Maya. And training is not only for missionaries or brahmacharis. The training should be given to everybody who comes in contact with our movement. The congregation, the students, children, everywhere there should be regular, continuous training. They all should be told about simple living and high thinking. They should be told about this chanting and regulative principles. They should know what is Vaishnava respect, how to respect the Vaishnavas, how to respect each other. These are all important components of our Krishna consciousness movement. If we don't train up people, then slowly it gets degraded. In one place, Prabhupada says, there are families called Goswami families. In Vrindavan, there are families are there. They are known as Goswami families. Actually, those families, the children are trained up so nicely that they will become one day spiritual masters. That's the kind of family. But Prabhupada says, because of the Kali Yuga, now those families are degenerated because of lack of proper education and training. There is no proper education and there is no proper training. Bhakti cannot survive too long if there is no education and training. How long we can go on with Haribol, Haribol, Haribol if that education is not there, the training is not there. One doesn't know what is it, why he is saying Haribol, or what is the purpose of all these things. Then it will not survive for too long. So devotees, particularly who are part of the movement, they should be very qualified. they should read nicely, particularly Bhagavatam. They should read nicely and understand the Vaishnava culture, practice. The Goswamis have shown and the Parampara Prabhupada has shown what it means. Then once the devotees are fully, thoroughly thorough with the philosophy and practice of Krishna consciousness, then they will be able to face the opposition. You can you can also train up people who requires this. How do I apply this point in this life, in my life? This is the question for everybody. Prabhu, I am not supposed to eat, say on an Ekadashi day, I am not supposed to eat grains, but I have to go to a marriage party. It's my social obligation. There they offer me something, now what should I do? This is a practical question. Ekadashi, and all the feast items are all grain. Then what should I do? No, this is a question. We cannot say, okay, ek bar to, no problem. We cannot, then that is not the culture. We cannot break the principles in the name of culture. So, culture comes by gradual training. Takes time. People, slowly they'll pick up. And once the culture is strongly in place, training is in place, then it becomes easy. Our day-to-day interactions will become lighter, no botherations much. Everybody knows their duties, they know how to cooperate with each other, and very friendly way they resolve the issues among themselves, and they go on with their spiritual duties. This is a very important this thing. Once in a while, sometimes we get a doubt how emperors like Parikshit Maharaj or Yudhishthira Maharaj or even Swayambhu, Manu, like this, how they are able to rule such big tracts of land, like entire planet is under somebody. How is this possible? Nowadays we have software, databases, tools, and now artificial intelligence and robots and everything, but still they are not able to manage even one district properly. Even one state properly. There are so many issues everywhere. How is it that they are able to manage like this? Previously, the management is simple. Why? Because there is a culture, uniform, a strong culture everywhere. As soon as a saintly person comes, they all know what to do. Immediately they will pay obeisance. And as soon as they see someone, they know he is a saintly person by his attire, dress. So all those things are fixed. Sannyasi comes, there is no doubt he has got a danda, tridanda, sannyasi dress. So immediately they know he is a sannyasi and immediately pay full danda. See how simple it is. Now if somebody comes, first you have to ask him, where is your visiting card? And then there he will say some very vague and strange designation. So and so officer, he will say, and we don't know what it is. Nowadays it's all very complex. Chief relations officer, content officer, or something, it'll all be, we don't know. Okay, then what is he? So we have to ask. Next half an hour we'll try to understand what it is. Then we'll decide whether to pay obeisances or receive obeisances. This is the confusion nowadays. So social interactions have become very complex, and life has become highly complex. People have no time for higher things. Okay, so such a simplification, such kind of a varnashrama is possible if people take up Krishna consciousness nicely, seriously. Then their hearts become simple. Simplicity will come. Now there is a lot of duplicity. Once the simplicity comes, structure also becomes simplified, and people can progress more towards Krishna consciousness. Any questions?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
How much extent we have to follow these political leaders who don't know anything about our culture and anything?
Yeah.
Because they are making the laws for us, we are forced to follow it.
Yeah. The actually the government process to make a law is a little rigorous. If something has to become a law, then there is a rigorous process. There will be a lot of discussion in the parliament or in the assembly, and there are opposition parties. They oppose, they give suggestions, they they dispute the specific portions of the law, and finally by resolving all that, the government passes a law. So it has come out of a process. So there is some we have some hope that the people's interest will be protected. But then individually, if the leader is not trained up in religion, social order, politics, whatever he speaks will be it will be not up to the mark. Sometimes he may wrongly comment on this dharma, religious practices, or he may wrongly comment on certain section of the people. These are all they are not the duties of a king. King cannot discriminate like that. All the citizens are objects of his service. He has to ensure that all the people are made happy, comfortable, fearless. This is king's response. Let us say he attacks one community. All your Sanatana Dharma guys are all like pests. It's like a typhoid, it should be removed. Then what will happen to all the people who are trying to practice that Dharma? So you can understand. So this envious and hatred attacks are not meant for a king or a government, a particular government. They have to give confidence to each and every human being and also each and every living entity. Even animals are not allowed to be slaughtered indiscriminately in his kingdom. This is king's responsibility. Even living entity, ordinary animals, they should feel confident and comfortable and fearless for their life. But where is that king? First of all, even human beings are living under fear. This is the kind of government that's we experience. As soon as a certain government changes, some people will become confident, some people will become fearful. This is how it is. But actually it is not supposed to be like that. A king means everybody should look upon him as a father. He is a father figure, representative of Almighty Lord. So nicely he has to take care of the citizens. In fact, they should not feel any fear and they should lead their lives comfortably, and that is the responsibility of the king. And one more responsibility of the king is that nobody should be free, idle. Everybody should be engaged in some service. This is one more responsibility of the king. One more is that he should ensure that nobody is lazily sitting around, and the king should not encourage laziness. He should not give away all, everything and then encourage laziness. No. He has to ensure that everybody is active, they're working positively towards higher, Krishna consciousness aspects. If they're not trained up and you put hundreds and thousands of rupees in his hand every month, then what will he is not trained up. So he will take that money and in the next 2-3 days he will blow off in drinking and smoking and then destroying his own health and his family welfare. Is this the kind of a training, or is this the kind of things that we have to encourage? No, positively people should be given what is the idea of life, what is the purpose, and then king should encourage everybody to go in that direction. These are some of the ideals. So, of course, laws we have to follow because we are part of this government, and but their individual following of an individual person, his views, his ideas, that we have our discrimination. We want to assess whether he is talking in line with Krishna consciousness or not. If he is not talking, we will be sympathetic. We want to train him up if there is an option. Otherwise, that is his personal thing. So, like that. But let us say such a king or such minister or somebody comes to our temple, we will receive him. We will give him all the honor because he is seated in that position only by the blessings of the Almighty Lord. So we will not bother. We will receive him and then give him whatever we can. So this is our the way of dealing with these politicians. Any other? Yeah.
Money comes in two ways. One is given by Durga, one is given by Lakshmi. Similarly, power comes one through Lord, one through Maya also, from my understanding. So, why always we say politicians always blessings come from the Lord? Why not it comes from the Maya also?
No, it is if they are not devoted, then obviously they are under Maya's control, and as per their destiny they get a position. But devotee's view is that even Maya is also under the control of the Lord. So ultimately there is a Lord's sanction is there. See, Lord may not willingly permit, but his sanction is there. General sanction is there. What is the general sanction? Anybody has good karma, he can. Although Lord, he has given a general sanction to that. If you ask Krishna, whom do you want? And Krishna will say, I want Yudhishthira Maharaj. Or I want some a number one devotee, he will want. But then in the worldly situation, if there is a demon is growing up and he is coming to the power, Krishna will not he will permit as per his destiny. So that's why so many demons they come to power. Hiranyakashipu onwards we are seeing so many demons they come to power. It's possible. In this world it is possible. Krishna is neutral. Under Maya, a demon can come up, or a partial devotee can come up, or anybody can come up in life and become powerful. Understood? Okay, so we see ultimately Krishna's sanction is there, the permission is there. He may not be happy, he permitted. So that sanction we will accept. Okay, Krishna's sanction is there. As of now, this man is qualified to rule us. Okay, good. But if he goes against the injunctions of Shastra and this and that, he will get his own result. He will be overthrown. In democracy, he will be overthrown. And in previous ages, the sages would curse him and finish him off. So in this age, sages don't have any power to, so to say, remove the king. People have some power is there. So the people can do their work. If somebody goes against God, such person should be removed. He should be removed from the power. Then he will realize, yes, there is something powerful than me. So this is the these are the, so our view is that yes, like I told you the other day, Sanatana Goswami, he receives the Nawab of Bengal. They are considered mlechas or yavanas by their qualities, but then he has received him as representative of Almighty. After all, for that particular period, he has been posted. There's so many people are fighting for it, but he got it. So there is some pious credits are there. He has some qualification. We recognize that. And then we give all the respects. But then he has goofed up. He has made many wars and this and so he is removed. And next life, what will happen to such rulers? That is very clear. They will have to go through a lot of karma. If the citizens are harassed and citizens become sinful, king has to take a small portion. Each person's sinful life, he will get a small sinful reaction into his account. King or the minister or the whatever prime minister or whoever it is, they are responsible for sinful actions of the citizens. So if you don't train them up and make them pious, and they are all addicted to sinful activity, don't think you are free. The king is not free. The king will get a little portion of the karma, and next life he has to take all.
You have to tell this point to nowadays for
Yeah. So as we, the influence of this movement increases, we should be, influencing all these rulers. We can put a big billboard in the city, big center. You are becoming a minister or a leader. Look, this is the rule. You have to pay. I think 1/8 or something, some portion is there. No. 1/6 I think. So there is a little portion which goes to the king. If it goes to 60%, he is finished. Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.